Hello everybody and welcome to the midweek group chat where we're joined by our usual panel of four guests in the sunny south, Ben Thornley, and up north, David May, Wes Brown and Danny Webber. Ben, we know you're sat in your garden again, but where are Danny and Maisie? Maisie, firstly you, what's happening, what are you up to?
I'm over over at this gaff here, Liverpool Trampoline Academy with Willow. She comes here most days. Hour and a half training, hour and 3/4 training. So I'm just sat outside waiting for it to get in there and do stuff.
The dedication of a parent, and parents across the land, across the world will know what it's like taking their kids to sports training.
I can think of better places to be than Liverpool, right?
Yeah, that's the only downside. You are in Liverpool. Danny, where are you? What are you up to?
Mate, I'm just travelling on the 62 actually. I'm if you have a little gander, the 62 pulled over, dedication to the cause, find somewhere where you get a bit of 4G and we're up and running. So yeah, I'm on the move, mate.
And Wes, you're at home as well. Look, you've just been training, Wes.
Yeah, just finished the gym. I got to the gym earlier because of you today. So we needed to start a bit later, so that's fine.
Good man, good man. I know you're working hard in the gym with things like Soccer Aid upcoming and things, and you keep yourself fit anyway, Wes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's a little bonus at Soccer Aid this weekend, so that'll be good as well. Good laugh.
And Ben, looks lovely there, mate, again.
Yeah, very lucky today. It's a beautiful morning, but I think I don't think it's going to last, unfortunately. So I'm just making the most of it. But yeah, it's nice now. Lovely.
Good stuff. Sunny down south, and which is always good, isn't it? But sunny in Manchester as well. So the weather's good, and the fans will be eagerly anticipating seeing our new signing in action, because it has been announced that Donny van der Beek has joined the club on a 5-year deal with the option for another year. He looks like a fantastic prospect. He's a top player already with room to grow. Ben, how do you rate him?
Very highly. I think he's a midfielder that can do everything. From what I've seen, he's a midfielder that's capable of sort of Brian Robson-esque, late bursts into the box. He's able to dictate play. He can sit in front of the back four, and he's a box-to-box midfield player, full of energy, full of running, a really good age, and not only that, but he weighs in with his fair share of goals. And when you've got the likes of, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood all weighing in with the goals that they've scored this season, if we can start adding them from other areas, which hopefully Donny van der Beek will be able to do, then we're going to be up there challenging when we've got different players getting into double figures at the end of the season.
Yeah, Danny got 10 goals, 11 assists in Eredivisie last season in 37 games before their season was curtailed due to COVID. He's got a very good record in a top division. Yeah,
he has. And I think the fact that he does score goals. He scores goals at important times. He scored in the Champions League against Chelsea. He scored against Tottenham. But for a 23-year-old to have the level of experience that he's got is massive. When we're going into the season that we are, he was involved in the Europa League final when we played Ajax a few years ago. He was in Ajax's good cup run last season as well. So for me, I just think that sort of experience at 23 is only going to add value, and we should have his best years ahead of him.
It is a transition from Eredivisie to Premier League, Wes. Someone like Ruud van Nistelrooy, you played a lot of games with, made that transition seamlessly. But how difficult do you think it will be, and how quickly can he adapt to what is the toughest league in the world?
I mean, I think he'll be absolutely fine. As we know in the past, we've had Dutch players in. They've settled down really well. Ruud was the same, Edwin. I wasn't there when Robin was there, but I know he was at Arsenal, obviously. But they settle in really well. They speak English. And it's just a great addition, I think. He's young, he's ambitious, and he's got bags of experience, like the lads have said already, at such a young age. So it's a great competition now for the midfield, and it's something that we needed to boost that area.
He says, actually, Donny, that he's really looking forward to working with the midfielders. He says, this team has some of the best midfielders in the world, and I know that I can learn from them and also bring my own strengths to the group. It's competitive in that midfield department, Maisie, but he sounds like he's up for that challenge.
And rightly so. So, the club have paid a lot of money for him. I mean, the lads have touched on everything about him, his attributes to the game, what he can do. But he'll want to bring something that he's good as well, getting into the box, scoring goals. And I think if you're going to have to challenge for major honours, you want to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season when the trophies are being handed out. You need a big enough squad. And not just in numbers, but in quality as well. And he brings that in abundance. We've seen what he's like. He's a top player. I don't think there's been a bad Dutch player that's come to Old Trafford since I've known anyway. So it'll be a great addition and something that, it's a challenge for him, but I'm sure it's a challenge that he can compete in what you say is so the hardest, Premier League division in the world.
He said also, Ben, he spoke to the manager and about his vision for the team, the direction that the club is going, and it's hugely exciting and he wants to be a part of it. With his age, with his profile, it appears as though the club has done the right sort of research and work behind the scenes to get the right fit for the dressing room and for the way the team is progressing.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United, apart from the name and the rich history that it's got, at this moment in time, and we saw it with the finish to the season, he can obviously see from afar that what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was trying to build, and obviously being linked to being a part of that was something that was going to really excite him. And now that the deal's over the line, he can concentrate on making Manchester United a better team all round. And I think not just the fact that we're adding his quality, but also the fact that it will start to bring out the best in other players as well. When you're adding to a squad, and I think it's important that we are adding and we're not replacing. We need a depth of squad to be able to compete with all the honours that we're going to be challenging for. And I'm sure that he would have looked at Manchester United and thought, wow, I would love to be a part of that. And here he is now with the chance to prove what he can do.
But we're all agreed, we're excited about his arrival, right? He's an exciting young player that fits in with what United are trying to do.
I'd agree, Sully. Of course, everyone's, excited, number one, because, he's coming in and everyone see what he can do. But it's the first signing, hopefully, of a few. That'd be a nice, this would be a good start. But for me, it's the caliber of player we're bringing in, and it doesn't seem sort of knee jerk. You can see that over time this boy's been followed. There's a lot of work gone into it behind the scenes. Because he wasn't the first name on everybody's lips, if you same way Bruno wasn't. So stuff going on behind the scenes that the club are working hard to make sure we get the right level of person and player into the football club.
You mentioned about the Dutch players who've played for us in the past, Maze. You're right. We've had some amazing players, been blessed with players from Holland. What are your memories of playing with some of the great Dutch players we've had in the ranks?
Well, I mean, Jaap was unbelievable when he came to the club. Raymond as the number 2, probably up there with Romero. Never let the team down. Jordi came in. Jordi had a little bit of injury problems, and then you've got Robin as well, Daley Blind, all fantastic players. And what they do have is a technical ability on the ball to create things. And it's exciting times. I think Ollie's done well getting in a 23, 24-year-old kid. The best years are ahead of him. We need probably another 2, maybe 3, and I'm sure the club's working hard. This has really come out. I won't say it's out of the blue, but the work's been done really quick, and that needed to be done. But I do think a couple more additions, then I think we've got a real chance then of getting into them top 2 and pressing City and Liverpool. Yeah,
it would be great to get a few more through the door. I want to pick all your boys' brains about some of the Dutch players we play with. Before we do so, we've put together a VT showing just the level of some of the excellent players that we've had from Holland at this club.
Now Arnold Muren hasn't taken a penalty, but he scores with his left foot and makes it 4-0.
To Mercer. Well, cheeky chip, and that took a spectacular stop from Van der Hout.
Zagi towards Conte, smacked in no man's land. Oh, and off the line by Jaap Stam. How important will that be by the end of the night?
Van Nistelrooy did well, surrounded by white shirts and still going. What a run by Ruud van Nistelrooy! What a goal this could be! They could close the betting on goal of the month for March, maybe even the season. Ruud van Nistelrooy with a very, very special effort.
Oh yes! Manchester United are the champions of Europe. 50 years after Munich, 40 years after Wembley, 9 after the Nou Camp, the Reds rule Europe again. Good run by Alex Butner. He's still going as well. What a fantastic run! Oh, he scored! What a moment! Alexander Butner. He'll never forget this day. A debut goal for the left back. He went so far and found the net, and United have 3. Looking for Van Persie.
That's a hell of a ball, though.
He's going to find Van Persie. On the volley! Oh! Robin Van Persie might just have scored the goal of the season. He came here to win trophies, has a league title for starters. We will never forget that strike. United 2, Villa 0.
Now the fans are shouting every week, Louis van Gaal's army! Louis van Gaal's army! So also the fans are very satisfied with Louis van Gaal. And my players are also satisfied with me.
It's going to be Mata, who plays it low. Oh my word, what a hit! What a phenomenal strike from Blint! It was a free kick from the training ground. Nobody picked up Daley Blint, and he absolutely battered that into the top corner. Memphis, good skill. Follow out the shot. Still he goes on, shoots now. Memphis off, up and running in a United shirt, and he gets the Reds level again. United 1, Club Brugge 1. Wonderful control from Rashford. Back heel, Fossey makes a dangerous ball. Martial scores! Anthony Martial scores Manchester United's 1000th Premier League goal at Old Trafford, and it gives United the lead. United 1, Everton 0.
Guards, and he picks out Chong again. Chong.
Red! Oh my goodness, what a hit that is! Red with a magnificent goal.
So, Wes, we've seen some fantastic players from Holland at this club. You played just in front of one of the best keepers that we've ever had, Edwin van der Sar, who have played so many games for Holland. But every player who comes from Holland, like Maisie said earlier, has just got that bit of technical ability. Edwin was great with his feet as well as great with his hands.
He was, but I want to know why I wasn't on that VT, because I'm orange.
You should be from Holland.
No, yeah, I mean, Edwin was brilliant. I mean, he was, if you ask Edwin, he was probably in his best years when he come to us. He's so much experience. You know, he got on with all the lads, and he just settled us down. You know, if we knew we made a mistake, he would be there. And and more than often he would sweep up, cover up the danger. But yeah, we've had some great players, and like Maisie said, Stam, Yordi as well. Yordi had great ability, but he was just, he got injured quite a bit. And they always seem to fit in perfect, and that's one of the key things as well. He's such a young lad. We've got a young group here at Man United now that are making the squad up, and I think he'll be, like the lad said, he wasn't the first choice off everyone's tongue, but now when you're looking at it, he will fit in absolutely perfect, I'm thinking.
And recently, Robin van Persie came from Holland, and in his first season helped win us the league. Danny, without his goals, he wouldn't have won that last title under the great Sir Alex, would we? He hit the ground running when he came to United.
He did, yeah, and he was a hitman. If there's anybody you wanted at the top to finish chances, he was the man. He was doing it for Arsenal for a number of years, and I think he was exactly the piece of the jigsaw that we needed to win the title that year. So if Van der Beek can come in and have that kind of impact, then he won't go far wrong. But touching on all the Dutch lads that we've had in, unbelievable. Lads have touched on it. Maisie said about the talent, the technical ability that the Dutch players have. The temperament. I always remember Jaap and Ruud, their temperament in both their positions. They had took no prisoners. Ruud scored goals for fun. Jaap just didn't take any prisoners. I remember Zamorano when he played against Jaap, and he backed up, and Jaap just sort of stood. He sort of just stood and looked at him like, this is my pitch and I run the show, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I think they come with a level of confidence in their ability. So hopefully, Donny van der Beek will be the same.
Was Jaap the best centre half you played with, Maisie?
It'd certainly be up there. Pally, Ronnie, Snipes as well. Just. I think I only ever saw Jaap get done once for pace. Luis Boamarte was at Fulham.
I thought it was Louis Saha, but yeah, you might be right.
Do you know what, Wes? It might be Louis.
Yeah, it might have been Louis.
But Jaap, for the size of him, was a beast. And that's the only time you ever saw him get done. But as Danny said there, we've got to start making Old Trafford a fortress again. And having those Dutch type of players with that mentality, along with the English lads and, the rest of the group, we've got to start making Old Trafford a fortress. And teams that come there, the likes of, Stoke, Burnley, West Brom, who've been over the recent years, got results against us. We've got to be smashing them this year if we have any aspirations of winning anything. They're the teams. We can get up for the big teams. The Chelseas, the Cities, Arsenals. You can get up for them quite easy. It's the other games that we've got to be winning those games.
Yeah, we did better against those teams post-lockdown, actually, didn't we? But you're right, the first half of the season, there were struggles like Palace at home and things like that.
Just over the years.
Yeah.
Just over the years, teams come to Old Trafford, or probably over the last few years have been coming to Old Trafford thinking, do you know what? We keep it quiet for the first 15, 20 minutes. You've got a chance. We've got to make sure that this year, that any team that comes in, that we take the game to them. We need to start beating those teams comfortably if we have any chance. The rest of the teams do up there, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. So we should be doing the same.
One thing I didn't mention when we were talking about Robin, actually, Ben, is 8 years ago it was when we played Southampton away and we were 2 down, but Robin's hat-trick brought us to a 3-2 victory. You remember that one?
I do. Yeah, I do remember it well. He was, as Danny's already said, he was that missing piece of the jigsaw that helped us to win the league that year. And you think about some of the goals that he scored, and I think I don't know about the rest of the lads, but the one that springs to mind is the one that Old Trafford, when Wayne Rooney found him when he dropped it over his shoulder. I think it was against Aston Villa. One of the most technically difficult goals ever to score for a forward or for anybody, but he just executed it perfectly. And again, Danny said that when you need somebody up there with the coolness, you had Robin van Persie coming in, scoring all those goals. And we talk about these Dutch players, and some of obviously the older generation, when I was growing up watching it, I remember watching Arnold Muren, who wasn't the quickest of players, but again, technically very, very gifted and a wonderful midfield player. And United have had a history of bringing in Dutch players that have done exceptionally well.
Yeah, let's hope Donny van der Beek follows in those Dutch lads' footsteps. Just moving on, and we chatted on Monday about fans coming back to the stadium and the trial down at Brighton. We've had an email actually regarding that. This from Julia Farino, all the way from LA. She says, "Who says maintain 1 metre for social distancing? Old Trafford is outside. Make sure everyone wears a mask and is pretty much as safe as it could be. You could fill 50% of the seats at a game, so 35,000 fans. More it would be, wouldn't it? The Premier League needs to fight for fans at games." Do you think we should be protesting more to the Premier League, the fans anyway, whereas about getting back into the stadiums, or is it a hands-tied situation? We just have to wait for the government to make up their minds about it?
I think ultimately the government decide, don't they? So and that's the problem, and I'm guessing there's lots of other things that they're dealing with as well. So it's just going to take time. I mean, the suggestion there sounds good to me. I know there's been trials, but I still think it's going to be a little bit of time before we're getting, near full capacity into the stadiums. And, like she said there, even 50% would be fantastic for the lads at Old Trafford. But it's just how you do it and how you sort it all out. I'm guessing it takes a long time to organise.
But we want to get fans back as soon as possible, Maisie, don't we? Sooner the better.
Yeah, of course. But I think it is down to the government. I mean, the good thing is now that the government are pushing for kids to go back to school. That'll be a chance to see how things are with those, whether the spike goes up.
I think that's parents, Maisie. That's parents, not the government.
So I just think so. I said, yeah, the sooner fans get back, the better, because, even if you get 15,000, 20,000 in Old Trafford, it still makes some noise, and you just want the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Playing behind closed, well, it is playing behind closed doors. It's like playing reserve games 20 years ago. There's 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when I was coming through, you were looking at maybe 400 or 500 being in there, and that'd be a big crowd.
Yeah.
But, as soon as you can get fans in, the better, because they're more important than the team, because without fans, football's nothing really.
100%. Well said. That's just about it. Just finally, our producer's had a bit of fun with you, Maisie, hasn't he? Because have you seen the announcement of the under-19 Northern Ireland coach Stephen Frail appointed as Dundee United manager? We're just saying there is a bit of a resemblance going on. We sent you the picture, Maisie. We'll put it up on the screen now. What do you reckon? You having it or no? He's disappearing.
I didn't see it. I think it's scandalous, so he looks absolutely everything like me.
There's definitely something going on there anyway. We thought you were moonlighting, taking another job without telling us or something.
I like Ireland, but maybe not that. I don't think Johnny Evans are getting my team anyway.
No, he's gone from all to Dundee United. You could go up to Scotland and manage up there, mate.
Oh, looking at what Ben said about Scotland, nah. Maybe for the golf.
Yeah, some of the best. It's the home of golf, though. There you go. Golf. Scotland is the home of golf. You could have a great time up there. But yeah, that's just about it. Thanks to everybody for giving their time to us today. I know two of you are very busy. Ben sat in his garden, so he's just chilling all day. But Wes has just done training, so thanks for getting to us. That is it for Group Chat today. We will be back on Friday when it's Maisie's golf day. Maisie, everything prepared?
All done, pal. All sorted. Everything's looking hunky-dory. Just hoping that the weather's good, mate.
Good stuff. And you're meeting Ben on Thursday night. Ben's playing, so don't drink too much because you need to be on your game.
Yes.
We'll see how he is on Friday morning for Group Chat then. Lads, have a great day. See you later.
Cheers, everyone.
Have a good day.
Cheers, boys.